Greetings comic lovers and welcome back to Casually Comics, the channel where we chat all things comics, from reviews of comics new and old, to history, to anecdotes, to really wherever our whims take us. Today over to a place we really haven't been before for some reason on this channel at the time of this recording. Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman lore. Time to take a look at Cheetah. Cheetah is an interesting villain when it comes to Wonder Woman, largely because there have been four. Oh yes, we've got a Cheetah for the Gold and Silver Age, a Cheetah for the Bronze Age, a post-crisis Cheetah, and then that male Cheetah. The post-crisis Cheetah also gets to be in New 52 and Rebirth, and then there's Sebastian. Hi, Sebastian. So on this channel, we love to peer back through history, and I wanted to go all the way back to the Golden Age and wartime comics. That is to meet the first ever Cheetah, a villainess who appeared 3 times in her debut issue. Yes, 3. So I hope you're ready for silly headgear and bondage, cause it's time for some vintage classic Wonder Woman. But before we get started, I'm Sasha, and if you're enjoying this content, you know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Join us on this comic book journey. Cheetah debuted early in Wonder Woman's run, appearing in issue 6 in 1943, and was created by William Moulton Marston and H.G. Peter. Cheetah in her swim cap with ears appear prominently on the cover, attacking Wonder Woman, whose expression is mild surprise coupled with annoyance. Is Cheetah planning on stabbing her or cutting off her hair? You decide. Trust me, once we get to know her a bit better, you'll see that it's a very valid question. Wonder Woman by Charles Moulton. We only got time for 2 names. There is nothing so dangerous in the world as the vicious hatred of a personal enemy. And there is no enemy so eager to inflict pain as a man or woman who feels himself your inferior. That's deeper than I was expecting. Inferiority complex, that's decent motivation. Also, I really like the phrasing that it's how one perceives themselves, like they perceive themselves to be inferior, not that they necessarily are. It's a testament to how one's own perception can warp them towards a villainous intent. And they mightn't even be right. Wonder Woman unknowingly rouses the insatiable hatred of such a foe, the Cheetah. There's more to this giant blurb. It also tells us she's an heiress with a Jekyll and Hyde style split personality. 1943 doesn't trust you to wait and see. They need butts and seats right now. Wonder Woman is the main attraction at a benefit performance, and since she's there, it's all sold out. It's standing room only. Mr. Courtly Darling, chairman of Relief for Restored Countries, addresses the audience. Boo! Sit down, we want Wonder Woman. I mean, rude, but fair. So the audience is already not here for anybody but Wonder Woman. So when Darling has to introduce somebody else before, this being Priscilla Rich, the hottest latest debutante from last season, they don't say hottest, they say, what do they say? They say loveliest. Well, the audience is not enthused, and Priscilla Rich and her Veronica Lake hair do not take it well. No applause, not even a polite hand clap. They don't want anybody but Wonder Woman. Look, Priscilla, yes, it hurts, but come on, it's Wonder Woman. However, before they get Wonder Woman, they get Diana Prince, who uses her secret identity to prime the audience, bringing out a piano and being like, oh, this piano is too heavy for moi, I better go get Wonder Woman. Secret identity intact. Take that, Clark. She's got glasses and a bun, and she's her own personal assistant. What you got going for you? Glasses and a hair curl? Try harder. Wonder Woman provides a terrifying show. She lassos the piano and then throws it out into the audience, nay, hurls it. Don't worry, friends, I told you the piano couldn't get away from me. So do you donate so that she doesn't drop a piano on you? Sounds legit, where do I make the checkout to? But that's not the highlight. Oh no, she has to do an escape routine that's heavy in bondage. I mean chains and totally legit Houdini-esque tactics. What was really hard for me to say for some reason. Houdini-esque. The Junior Committee League will bind me with these shackles and manacles. Miss Rich collected them from prisons and dungeons all over the world. Priscilla's hobby is collecting chains. Mine is breaking them. Her hobby is collecting chains from prisons. Nope, no red flags there. In no way is she on a path to supervillainy. This is the famous Bronc, a leather mask worn by women prisoners in Saint Lazare prison, France. It covers the entire face and muffles the prisoner's voice. It is not a gimp mask. It honestly isn't, but when you know what we now know about the history of Wonder Woman and the bondage therein, which I mean, he never really hid it. It wasn't a secret. I guess it just wasn't common knowledge because people weren't as up on their BDSM subculture. And some still aren't. Is it mainstream yet? I don't know what's vanilla and what's not vanilla. Very little shocks me anymore. The needle's been moved. Also, it's really fascinating to read Wonder Woman analyses by people who've completely missed the BDSM element, because then you get this like microcosm of critique, and it's fascinating. Also usually quite angry about how much Wonder Woman is tied up. Anyway, they put a collar on her, and as she's being bound, someone sneaks in her lasso, ties her up with it, just very lightly. There's so much else going on she doesn't notice right away. And her lasso is the one thing she can't break free of. That's why it was such a big deal when she broke it in Superman Red Sun. Whoa, she sure is heavy. They got a ton of chains on her. Wonder Woman quickly realizes once inside the tank that's full of water that she must be bound with her lasso because she can't break free of it. She knows she must act quickly, but not before she throws some shade at French prisoners. The French girls who wore this contraption must have had weak teeth. It's easy to tear off. Yeah, take that, French peasants. She snaps the collar by just flexing her neck muscles like a stun. Color me impressed. The audience is getting testy. They're worried, but Priscilla forces them to stay in their seats, saying it's fine. Wonder Woman is totes not drowning. Wonder Woman, however, knows how to get out of chains, because of course she does. So she contorts herself so that she can work the lasso up over her feet, and then break free of the other chains, and then just reach down and kind of pull the lasso off. She did it! Oh, darling, you don't know how worried I was about you. Oh, really? You concealed your anxiety very well. Ha, Golden Age Wonder Woman is a sarcastic sass fiend, and I'm here for it, and I love it, and I miss it. More sassy Wonder Woman, please. Also, she is instantly suspicious of Priscilla, who is on her way to ask Mr. Darling if they're still going to the Jungle Club, which sounds really exciting, but I was fooled before by the Tomorrow Club, the Future Club in that Batwoman comic. I will not be hurt again. But it's fine because they don't end up going. Firstly, he has to marvel at the fact that they raised $100,000, which, yeah, especially in 1943, that's really impressive. But then Wonder Woman shows up to invite him and Priscilla to a party, and Priscilla is so salty that he wants to go that she decides she's not going. She's gonna go home and sulk and, you know, become a supervillain. Oh, I hate them. That arrogant Amazon and Darling, the hypocrite. I'd like to scratch their eyes out. As Priscilla seats herself before her mirror, a curious thing happens. The girl's evil self, long repressed. Long repressed? She just tried to kill Wonder Woman a few panels ago. Take this rug of cheetah skin and make yourself a garment. From now on, when I command, you shall go forth dressed like your true self and do as I command you. Ah, the Catwoman from Batman Returns costume approach. We all know that that works fantastically and gives you a great alternate persona. Meow. If I had to make a supervillain costume out of stuff I just had lying around, oh, it would be a hodgepodge. I mean, in front of me right now, I got a beanbag chair, a blue beanbag chair. It wouldn't be very flattering. So the cheetah sets out for revenge? I mean, she says revenge, but it's really more like petty comeuppance for something that she feels happened that didn't really happen. But hey, tomato, tomato. First, she goes and steals all the money that they raised, and then she goes and stalks Wonder Woman. She finds out that she's staying at Diana Prince's house, aka her own house. Is Diana super slick or not slick at all? You decide. So Cheetah is there, standing over her with a knife, when death is too good for her. I have a better plan. Wow, jumping right up to A-list level mania. Why kill them when they're right in front of you when you can come up with something really convoluted that probably isn't going to work? She decides that she wants to ruin her reputation before she kills her so that she dies in disgrace. So she plants the money underneath the bed to make it look like she stole from her own charity event. Then she sets the stage the next morning, calling Courtly and saying they need to get to the bank and deposit that money. The money's been stolen. I told you it wasn't safe. But of course, Courtly, you'll make good the money from your own funds. This is ice cold. Cold as ice. So the police are called, and Darling says that only him and Priscilla knew where the money was, but she goes, nuh-uh, Wonder Woman was there too. She knows. Get me Wonder Woman. Can't be did, Chief. Nobody knows where that dame hangs out. Yes! Dame! If I go more than 12 comics without hearing the word dame, I start to get the shakes. But again, it's Priscilla to the rescue. She tells them to check Diana's place because the two of them are friends. Why does she know so much? The police don't care. They don't got time for no dames. And then Priscilla insists that Darling and Wonder Woman were in on it together and they both need to be arrested. So Diana changes into Wonder Woman to try and take charge of the situation. Who accuses us? I accused you, my dear. I hated to do it. I can imagine how you suffered. Oh, I'd love to wear handcuffs. No comment. Steve Trevor vows to get her out of prison, as does Etta Candy. Yes, Steve has been here and she's been blowing him off the entire time. So when Wonder Woman's bail is paid and a note is left for her to go meet a lawyer, she assumes it's from Steve. But it's the Cheetah waiting at a warehouse. She already has Darling and he's all trussed up, and so she puts him and Wonder Woman into a bin of wheat. My female Hercules, disgraced, sent you to prison, then bailed you out for this? Wonder Woman manages to break out, however, by sinking to the bottom and then propelling herself up with her super Amazonian strength. How? Because she's Wonder Woman, that's how. It's like being Batman. Better or worse, that's up to you. And Etta and Steve made it to the factory just in time to help out. The Cheetah has set the warehouse afire. What a sweet girl she is. They escape out the window, but the Cheetah isn't so lucky. Who do you suppose the Cheetah really was? I don't know. It must have been someone whom I made feel inferior in some way. Way to widen the suspect pool, Diana. Tons of people feel inferior next to Wonder Woman. Cheetah is of course fine. In the next story, she kidnaps a girl with ESP to read the minds of women at an exclusive beauty salon she sets up so she can ruin those women because she perceives they've done something to her. And yeah, it was a thing. The last story sees her taking the place of a top hurdler to go to Paradise Island for a match of Earth's top athletes against some prisoners being trained on the island with Amazonian methods, which involves them having to wear chains all the time on their wrists and ankles and them loving it. They're like, oh, we're so much stronger with these chains. Also in this story, Priscilla straight up just wipes people's minds. She has a drug that just Men in Blacks them just back to nothing. Or Homecomings them if you've watched that Prime series, which I have, and it was pretty good. The first season at least. The first season was awesome. I don't know, the whole, oh, this is her evil side, it just seems a bit far-fetched. She was doing evil things from the start. Mr. Hyde and then Mr. Hyde in a cheetah outfit. The story ends with her trying to reform on Paradise Island. It does not stick. The third story also introduces her fascination with obtaining Amazonian prizes, the Girdle of Hippolyta, the Golden Lasso, and this carries through the other cheetahs. So yeah, that was the first appearance of the first cheetah, and it's pretty fantastic. Never forget that this started because people didn't applaud her as much as Wonder Woman, and then she got invited to a party by Wonder Woman that her boyfriend wanted to go to. She has the means and the cunning to cause some serious havoc, and she's got great hair. Priscilla Rich would make it through most of the versions of Cheetah, meaning that she would be around. That is until the New 52, where she'd be retconned out of existence. Then she would become an alias that was used by the Cheetah, just one of the names that she called herself. Before that, she's the aunt of the second Cheetah, and she would still exist post-Crisis. In fact, in post-Crisis continuity, Priscilla Rich would throw a lot of shade at the new Cheetah, writing books and the like disparaging her. She would be a version of the Cheetah who had fought Diana's mother, who was Wonder Woman. They've really retconned Wonder Woman's origin post-Crisis. It was such an intense retcon that she could no longer be one of the founding members of the Justice League, and so she was replaced by Black Canary for a time. She is killed by the third Cheetah, the second in post-Crisis continuity, but the third overall. That is Barbara Ann Minerva, who is convinced to do so by Zoom. That's Wally's arch nemesis, his version of the Reverse Flash, as it were. He convinces her that if she kills her predecessor, she'll be faster and also cement herself as the one true Cheetah. Don't take advice from Zoom, he causes miscarriages. Now sometimes some of these Golden Age stories can be a bit harder to read. The formatting, the flow, the content, that is from a more modern perspective, depending upon what you're used to, but I don't know, I could really get into this one. There was something just hokey and fun about it, even though I know it was trying to present like some serious psychological, ooh, she's got split personalities going on. It feels a bit cliche today, but at the time it would have been a bit of a newer concept. What do you think of the first outing of the Cheetah? Can you see why she stuck around? Do you agree with me that she was already indulging her bad side? Do you need more sassy Wonder Woman in your life? Share all your thoughts down below, and while you're down there, please do all the YouTube things. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so that you never miss a vid. Thanks so much for taking some time out of your day to spend it discussing comics with me. I always appreciate it, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.